What else is there, man? It's all about having fun and passing it on.
What is up, guys, and welcome back. Earlier this week, I found a bike that I had to have. It's been a crazy busy week here, and going to get it is definitely a mission. All the way in Arizona, about 5-hour drive. There are a couple places we can stop along the way. Cole has something he needs to get picked up. Don't tell him. We got to take the Nightster somewhere. There's like a big circle of things that we could do.
Yeah, there's a lot coming to the channel, and a lot of it is actually dialing Juan's bikes from Stoke.
This bike, I don't think it's been ridden for 10 years. It is an older bike. It is dusty. It hasn't been started, but it's low miles, and it's something that I've been looking for years. So I'm really, really excited. Juan, Cole, and I did bring a tool set, some oil, spark plug wires, a battery in case the battery's dead. We might be able to do an oil change. We're gonna go get our hands dirty, see what this bike's capable of when we pick it up.
Yeah, we won't tell me what it is yet.
I have an idea. This is like a barn find. I got some Marvel mystery oil.
What the heck is that for?
This bike hasn't ran in like 10 years, so we're gonna pour a little bit of this into the cylinders to help lubricate it before we start it. But I'm excited to wrench on this thing and see if we can start it.
Picking a little something up for my bike.
All right, here we are, pulling up, getting something for Cole. What up, man? Lance.
Ravi.
Nice to meet you.
Damn parts now. How many miles are on it, you said?
28.
Give the man his money.
Pay up, sucker.
Yes, sir. Here you go. Oh!
Oh, I'm in the nuts, dude.
In there. We're gonna go to Saddlemen right now.
Yeah.
So we can take that out and readjust it. All right. Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
I'll see you guys soon.
Yes, sir.
Black engine back in the DX. I think I'm gonna throw like black cam cover, rocker box, all that stuff from the original engine, so it looks proper.
We're gonna get this thing out real quick. We're visiting Saddlemen. They're gonna set us up. They're gonna do some R&D. Dial us in with a flat track tail. Easy money, dude.
Yeah, it didn't even scrape. Not bad. What's up? But I ordered 15-inch shocks, an 1.5-inch raise in the front, flat track tail on it, put some knobby tires, ditch this exhaust, and go back out and see if we can jump it further and have more fun on it.
Here we're gonna do a tracker tail on it, finish up some development on the bike.
Oh, it doesn't start. We forgot to put it in T-Sport mode. Will you actually give this one back done to us?
Hopefully, that's the goal.
And then what, we'll get a set that then we have to put on a bike, basically.
All
right, boys, we got a mission. Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Later, guys. 40 minutes from Arizona, heading into Yuma, Arizona, where the bike is. Now it is about 5:30 right now. The sun is setting behind us. I bought this bike sight unseen. I wired him the money. I didn't want to lose it.
That special. I'm very curious because I don't know.
Cole still doesn't know what it is. He's along for the mission. One, he knows what it is because he was there the day I found it on the internet. The guy who sold me the bike, he's up waiting for us. So I think we're just gonna turn and burn it. I think we're gonna get there, make sure we're getting what I paid for, maybe try to start it, kind of check it out a little bit, throw it in the rig, and get out of there. That's what I'm thinking. We've been on the road for a while, which technically the phone said this was only a 5-hour drive, but we stopped for lunch.
If we were doing this, not vlog related, if this was just a mission that we were all kind of just doing for the heck of it, this is what we would do. We'd turn and burn. Keeping it real with you guys and heading there, grabbing a bike and going home.
All right, guys, we made it to Arizona. Clock says 7:10. Oh, look at that, Yuma. The guy said we could use his garage a little bit to check out the bike, and we got the lights on this thing, and we kind of spilled the beans a little bit, but what do you think it is, Cole? What?
We were driving the other day and you slipped up and said FXR. Know that you've always wanted one of the rare like orange or yellow FXRs. So I think that it is a yellow or orange FXR, but I think it's gonna be a yellow FXR.
What he's referring to is like one of those 99s or 2000 FXRs. They were like a random.
Like the blue and red on the tank, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Is it a blue frame FXR?
4 minutes away. So in 5 minutes, you're gonna find out. Juan just asked what we're doing for dinner, and then I hear crunching back there. What are we doing for dinner? And then I'm like staring at her. I go, this is my first time ever buying a bike that was this far away from the house. Sight unseen, wiring the money. I've typically bought local bikes. Enjoy the fact that it hasn't been abused. Pulling into his driveway right now. Yeah, there he is. Someone's out there. Is that you? Is this the house? Perfect. You mind if we pull in the driveway? What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
Hey, so
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I've been thinking you guys are all in your 30s.
How's it going?
Yep, all in my 30s.
I was running around Malibu when you guys were born.
That's
doing the bike
crazy.
scene back then. Let's go in and get a drink.
That's crazy.
Come on
Let's
in.
go do it. Let's Benny.
Whenever. And then I live down here now. We live in Coronado.
Okay.
And we live in Mexico too. Do you ever come down to Mexico?
Yeah, we do. We do a yearly trip where the three of us.
Come on in. You meet my wife. Her name is Julie. Juan, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Okay. Come on in, guys. Get a seat at the bar or get you a drink.
All right, look at that.
All right. So I was talking to the Harley dealer. His son works there, and he goes, "Oh, I follow those guys all the time."
Nice, right on. You used to live in California.
We did. I lived in Malibu, Santa Monica.
What do we got going?
We're having some Fireball. I'm not driving.
He said, "You want a shot?" And I was like, "Yeah, I drove the whole way here. I'm sitting passenger the whole way back. So let's have a shot."
Let's drink the FXRs.
There you
The
go.
Rose Travel.
Yep.
In this FXRT, I 40 years I had patience. My office looked like a motorcycle magazine. It looked like a museum. So 40 years ago, you got a Harley, you got a Harley, you got a Harley. No one ever said they had one. So finally, when this patient of mine, Norman, said, "Yeah, I got an FXRT." But bugged it for 9 years to get this FXRT. That's going to be yours pretty soon.
You hear that?
I've only
You hear
driven it
that?
one time. I'm bad. Tim calls me I'm a dust collector. I don't ride. I collect dust. You know, but I've done my million miles. I've gone around the world. And you do it while you're young. I hear your dad's a big rider.
Yeah, my dad's super into riding. He
Oh,
still does probably 40-something thousand miles a year, 50,000 miles a year.
He's on it all the time.
Yeah.
So then I got a dirt bike. I went down to, I was trying to get to Ushuaia, the tip of South America. Went down to Argentina, my bike broke down. So we've done a lot of our riding. Now we're kind of slowing down. So now I'm kind of starting to get rid of my collection. So now I've sold the first one. This 55 Panhead, the guy just got it. He looked for 5 years for it. He just got it today. And Tim finally listed FXRT. You called me in 5 minutes, was gone.
Yeah.
And another guy was so bummed out. He was taking his 67 FLH to Meekum and to buy it. But it's
Yeah.
like, you know, first come, first serve.
Well,
Today's world, do not wait. Jump on it.
I followed Tim because I built a Panhead. Tim and I think I might have bought something off of
I
him
think
or
you
asked
did.
some advice. I still followed him, and he always posts Panhead stuff.
Yeah.
But when that FXRT came on
He
his
said,
page,
boom, I've been looking for that.
I was like, I've been looking for that, and I loved how it has been untouched.
Oh, brand new, 9,000 miles on this bike.
Wow.
First guy, it was I didn't know that the guy I bought it from was the second owner. The first guy bought it in North Carolina. It's the paperwork. Then he had it for 20 some years, and his daughter, he wanted me to have it.
Yeah.
And then I have his shovelhead, his 79 shovelhead. He died, and his daughter brought it all the way up from Oklahoma for me to have.
No way.
And so you'll see it out there. You know, it's kind of when you pass on a bike, it's not about money at all. It's
Yeah.
about someone who's going to love it, understand what it is, and have the spirit of the bike.
Yeah.
And I like how inanimate objects like bikes, they find their way to. That bike was sitting there looking for you.
Yeah.
You know, for a long time.
So you know what's super cool about that, what you just said, is the red FXR, the screenshot you sent of my FXR that I already have.
Yeah.
The owner that sold it to me 10 plus years ago followed my story with it and came by the shop like 3 months
see
ago
it.
and was like, "Man, I love that you still have this thing. I love that you still use it." And yeah, he was so proud that it like got in my hands and it's still together.
That's really important. So I had this 55 Panhead, this yellow one I just sold. The guy looked for it for 5 years. When I got the title out of the bank and I found the envelope with the guy's return address that I bought it from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And this guy, Russell Smith, contacted him. And in the last 2 weeks, he traced the bike with every owner back to the original dealership. He was able to document it from a little return address. So, you know, he's got the whole thing documented. He's so excited to have it. Let's
Right
run
on.
out there and look at it.
go
Bring a
check it
beer.
First time seeing it in person. And you said it's still dusty?
You may want your money back when you see this piece of Okay, you ready?
Already.
All right. All right, this is Piggy. Here's my guard pig.
All right, there's the hog I bought, boys.
Oh, no way.
Dude,
Oh, is that sweet?
look at that thing.
When they took it and had it all resurfaced when they sold to me. And Bobby from Bobby's said to his son, "Come and look at this bike. Here's a 30-year-old bike that doesn't ever been touched. No nut, no bolt, nothing's been touched on this bike."
Look at this thing,
You know,
guys.
I mean, is that perfect or what?
Check this thing
You're
out.
never gonna see something like that.
This is insane.
What do you think, dude? Dude, let me sit on this thing real quick.
It's your bike now.
Hey, I saw this thing on Instagram and I just saw the sissy bar in this seat and I thought to myself, how sick would this thing be for a Sunday morning cruiser with Courtney?
And you got
That's
the
your wife,
rack
Courtney?
back here.
9,000 miles. And look at this, a cassette player right on it.
Oh, I was wondering what
That's
that
before
was.
you were born.
I have to find old tapes. This was the
Yeah.
only thing in the pictures that I said, I was like, the only thing I'll probably take off.
That's it. No, those. They're all. They're all. Leave me.
That's that.
Leave me.
That's
Look
that.
like
You can have those. AC vent thingies.
No way.
Yeah.
Does that make you happy? Is that what's described?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, look at
Yeah.
this windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have they sell something cut down, but it's all
No,
there.
I like this thing. Like,
Harley-Davidson FXRT.
Yeah.
Hey.
Harley-Davidson oil cooler.
I'm not gonna lie, do you remember when we said we were gonna maybe ride FXRs to Sturgis?
Dude, I was thinking that. They don't know, but like we were saying like only carbureted bikes to Sturgis next year.
Yeah.
And you said we need to get a third FXR then.
Yeah, and this is the third
And there's your
FXR.
carbureted FXR, brother.
Yeah.
To confirm, like we had said and like we threw in the truck, it's dead, right?
That? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dead. So we threw a battery in.
Okay, we can try. We'll see if it works. I'm no wrench. Shame on me.
No, we'll
No, we'll do it. That's kind of the fun of it, you know. We know how to fix it if we have to, but
I know. Well, all right. We know the brand. You know the brand. Yeah.
How long have you been collecting all of these other bikes?
Well, you know, my first bike here is this 58 Panhead. Bought this in State College, Pennsylvania. 77, I bought that.
77.
It went through 21 quarts of oil to get out to across country.
All right.
And it sat in the corner, and then after 9/11, I had my Tim restored that bike.
Okay.
Skyline blue. And then I started collecting. I'm born in 1955.
Okay.
So I started collecting 55s. The yellow one I just sold, but this is a Hollywood green special color. My least favorite one, but this is always a fan favorite. People love this bike.
When my wife saw this one, she was like, that
People
one's
just
sweet.
love this bike. You
Yeah.
know, they're like, whoa, it's my least favorite. I like this one. This is a 55. Look at it. This actually came out of Batesville, Indiana.
Okay.
And this bike and the white bike came from the same plate, Cobb Cycle. It sat in his hanging from the rafters for 30 years. No one ever stopped with a semi to buy it. So those both came out here. So I got 55. This bike I got from the same guy that the Knucklehead came from. 1950 original paint, stone stock, perfect.
No
This is-
way.
Look at this bike. There's only one thing that went wrong. The guy, this had a museum in Washington for a while, but the guy that he sold it to he gave it to his nephew, and the kid didn't know what he had. He put it in storage and he dinged the fender, so the fender was repainted. Otherwise, it's original paint, 4-speed transmission. This is a really sweet bike.
And all of these are for sale? Or how many?
Well, everything's for sale, you
Of
know.
course.
Right.
But now that, well, it's not about that. When you buy, he's smart, you know. He wanted it, and he sent me the money. Then he called Tim. He's go, who is that guy? You know. And what Tim said, don't worry about it. He's totally cool. So now check this one out. I saw this bike when I graduated med school. 1981. I saw it's a 1937 ULH 80 flathead. Look at this bike. This is so sweet.
And you got this after you graduated med school?
Yeah,
And what kind of doctor were you?
I was a podiatrist.
What?
This-
That's feet?
Feet. I'm a foot guy.
Okay.
Did you know this place called The Shop in Ventura? It's no longer in business. The guy, Dave Hansen, he redid it. But what they did when they built these flatheads, and then they came on knuckleheads, the cops liked these better. This bike will do 100 miles an hour right out of the box.
Yeah, I've heard these are
And
faster.
they built them to 48. They want to discontinue, but they're actually better bikes than the knucklehead. My friend got it. He bought it up in San Rafael, and I chased him for it, and I bought it. It's a totally cool bike. Then this is my newest one. The daughter brought it all the way up from Oklahoma because the guy wanted me to have it. These shovelheads are like the hot ticket now.
Yeah.
Because there's no more panheads for sale.
And what year is this thing?
79.
All right, so we got the story. And then what about the story on
So
the
this bike I
nut?
got from Bob Gage. This guy was a biker. His wife is an NHRA drag racer from the 60s, national titles. Bob's a totally cool guy. He wanted the money to continue his racing. So he sold me this bike. And when I got the bike, I was really embarrassed because it's so cool. And I'm like, Bob, I didn't build a bike. It's not, and he goes, don't worry about that. You gave me a big pile of money. He actually wants the bike back, but doesn't want to pay me what it's worth. You know, but it's like, I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
So it's a totally, I mean, that's sweet. This bike to me is pure sex. Totally cool. It's got some Sturgis stickers on it. You know, I may keep some, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
You get to a point in life, guys ever go up to Meekum?
What's Miko?
Meekum
Auto
auction?
auctions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up in Vegas.
I've heard of it. I've never
There's
been.
1,800 bikes for sale. It's like walking in here.
Yeah.
Everyone's cool. You go, you have party with everyone like we're doing. And it's like, then I kind of realized you don't really have to own to enjoy it anymore. Because you could just go and like coming down here and have fun for 3 days. So I'm trying to get rid of it now. Not that I don't love it, but it's time, you know.
Yeah.
I'm 70 and, you know, if something happens to me, where's it all going to go? So I'd rather
Well, I'm going to take care of this FXR. FXR. I'm gonna love this FXR. Who is this guy on this FXR?
That's me.
In the back, that's you right there?
No, you know, check that out. Check that out.
Who
That's
is that?
Malcolm Forbes. Forbes magazine. It's like these guys.
Yeah, I know Forbes.
Okay, so you know the magazine?
Yeah.
That was Malcolm.
So
And-
I see that picture and I want to buy that picture off of you.
okay, would you see what he's driving?
Yeah, that's why I want it. I want
Look at
that picture.
1980.
Yeah.
Is that wild? Malcolm Forbes on it. And
Yeah.
actually, this is,
I thought it was kind of cool.
Wait, which one was you? This right here?
yeah, that's me.
No,
That's right.
That's the old me.
That's sick.
So you know, I've been riding for a long time. And
Did you ride to all these Sturgises right here?
Look how old those are. Those
Yeah.
start like way back.
Yeah, so
way,
you did
way-
88, 85, 89, 89, 88. That's one thing that I regret. I've been to Sturgis 10 years.
Oh,
Should've
it's
bought
all different now.
patches.
It's all young guys like you.
Yeah.
That's him and Lori right there. So I want to talk about these guys a little bit. Spearfish Canyon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did that right.
Okay, you were in Spearfish right there. That's a pig? That's not a pig, that's Holly.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hogs in
And
here.
we got one in Mexico too.
sick.
Looks better for you. Check what I found. 1991 service manual, and open this up, and that's where the bike first came from. And then it's documented in there, and the girl goes, my dad bought it. He was a Korean vet. Look at
Okay.
what did she write? My dad bought it,
My
then a
dad
year later.
purchased April 2nd, 1992.
The bike is-
in 91, 500 mile service. 91, oil pump leak. 91, 2,500 mile
He wants
service.
his money.
Oh, it's salvaged now. Yeah, now.
No, I just think it's funny. Replaced the windshield, checked the charging
So there's
system.
all your original documentation.
This
Like-
is the one that he sent me this picture.
Yeah.
Harley-Davidson 1991 premium sound system booklet.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta get some cassettes for this thing.
Yeah. Owner's manual.
You remember
1991
cassettes? They would jag up and you pull them out.
I
Rewind.
thought this was pretty sick.
Was that $100 bill? Oh.
A warranty card.
No
No
Yeah.
way. 91, dude.
Yeah,
So cool.
that's sick.
So
right?
I like documenting and passing it on.
Dude, this
That's
is
all fun
so
stuff.
cool.
Look how clean
Oh,
they
yeah.
are,
Dude.
dude.
Yeah, that's.
They're like new. They're like, they got a little bit of dust, but like, it's like brand new.
You guys ever see? You've seen Easy Riders.
Yeah, of course.
You know Dennis Hopper?
Yeah.
You ever been to his grave?
Uh-uh.
It's in Taos, New Mexico.
Okay.
He's in an unmarked grave. There's me at his grave.
That right there.
General ZZ Mitsarnik, yeah.
Wow.
That's me. That's my alter ego.
What are you tripping on?
Just the extra controls that you don't see on the regular FXRs, like volume, AM, FM, up, down. Dude, we can't touch this thing.
That's what-
I'm gonna wash it and
Make it run.
run.
Make it
I just
run.
want to take Courtney on a couple
You're not
rides.
putting
Everything.
any of that your newfangled stuff on.
It hasn't even been registered since 2017. And with Oklahoma plates on it.
So-
Goldmine, when I saw a cream puff on the internet and I saw Tim posted it, I was like, I'm not waiting.
And these are my buddies that started Chrome Hearts. You know the brand, it's really
Yeah,
huge. But
yeah.
what I want to show you is when they started cutting leather, because Richard was a leather salesman and John was a belt maker. 30 locations around the world, sells out immediately. But they took my original leathers and cut their original patterns. When I was 16 years old, my leather jacket, and look at is that great? These are my original chaps from like 40, 50 years ago. And Richard, you know, they took my original leathers and that was where the original patterns came from.
Wow.
And their company's totally worldwide now.
One of our things, just for fun, like I'm taking the bike no matter what, but one of our things we were like, let's just see if we could start it.
Do it.
So we're gonna check the oil.
All right.
We're gonna
Tank for
check the
rust.
tank for rust, swap the battery, and see if we can fire this thing up.
Do it.
before
We're
we leave.
ready to see it go.
So when was the last time you started it?
when I bought it.
Well, what year was that?
What's the last year the thing was
It says 17. The title on this first registered in 91.
Right.
The date issued was 2016.
Okay, so 9
Yeah.
years ago.
So 9 years ago is the last time you think in 2016 is when you
Yeah,
started.
I got it from the daughter, gave Norman the cash,
Yeah.
and what was crazy was, the day before he was making toothpicks out of 2x4s and cut his finger off.
Do you remember what you paid for this bike?
I do.
What'd you
I
pay?
paid $7K.
All right.
But look at the original price on it.
The original price was $10,595.
In 91?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it appreciated.
It did. What other Harley are you gonna buy today that's gonna appreciate?
Yeah.
In 40 years it'll be the same price.
33 years
I know,
old.
okay, that's my birth year. 91, you stole my bike, dude.
I know you're in your head like, I would have bought this.
Yeah,
thing.
100%.
I just was sitting on the bike and I look over to my left and I'm like, dude, that thing is sick. It's like a full engine.
The guy, Michael Eisenberg.
How much you want? How much you want for that thing? We'll talk about it. So I want to leave with the Evo neon light sign.
Thunder Roadhouse?
That guy opened his store, Michael Eisenberg, on Sunset Boulevard. I sold him his first bike in 1980 FLH. And then the neon's broken. That's been on that wall for 30 or some years. But check it, son, an Evo. I mean, that's a killer piece.
This thing's cool.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah, I know it is.
300 bucks?
Let me talk to my wife. We may do 500, but that's a killer piece. That needs to be in your shop.
Let's add a couple more
All
things
right.
in, and then
what is it like? I knew Pickers. Pickers were supposed to be here. They blew me out. Let's bundle that shit. Are you fat, Frank? You lost some. Since you died, you lost some weight, man.
I said this, the Forbes picture. What about the Forbes picture? Any other pictures you guys like in here?
Lance is trying to do a Groupon right now. He wants to
This thing would just look sick in the showroom.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
absolutely. There's everything in here is rad. Everything's insane, like super cool.
It's official, boys. We got a new bike.
All right, so Dale has not started this bike basically since 2016. It's been almost 9 years. Check the key. Turn the key, nothing happens.
We got nothing.
Oil is under the seat. You gotta pull it. It's just like a rubber. So right now it's reading a little low. Definitely would need to put our battery on it, or at least jump it.
So yeah, I mean, ultimately we're gonna check, see if there's any rust. If there is rust, I wouldn't want to put gas in it because I don't want the rust to go into the carburetor.
All right, what are we seeing?
I see a little bit of surface stuff, but that's nothing major. I think that's almost, I don't think that's rust. I almost think that's like,
Old dried out stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for like big crusty flakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like anything that's gonna get loose and go to the carb.
I think we're okay too.
Yeah.
Try to start it.
Battery. I took that one out of the FXR at the shop.
Oh, okay.
Toolkit, some rags.
Pretty stoked if we ride FXR Sturgis next year. You're gonna be the most comfortable, dude. Look at that fairing. Look at that set blasting music. I was wrong, by the way. Every
What?
guess I had was wrong. Not a blue frame, not an FXR4.
We're gonna check, see if we can get that camera in here and inspect the cylinders, make sure there's no rust in there. Obviously, if we see rust, we wouldn't want to try to crank it or start it because it could cause more damage if there's light rust. Worst case scenario, we have to tear into it. We could like dingleberry hone clean it. We could dingleberry hone clean, you know what that is? I don't expect that to be the case, but we just want to be 100% sure. We're gonna pour a little bit of this Marvel mystery fluid. What this will do is lubricate the rings because the bike has sat for so long. You don't want to crank it or try to start it when it's completely dry. This is gonna get lube all over the cylinders and the rings and stuff. And we're gonna crank it a couple times before we actually try to start it.
Nice. Here's that beanie that you
thank
asked
man.
for.
I want to put it on. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go, dude.
Man, I feel good now.
Okay, I don't see anything abnormal.
Oh, it looks clean, bro.
Yep, I see no rust. Still see cross hatches, which are good.
Beautiful. So in 1984, they only made 1,686 of them. In 1984, this bike sold for $76.99, which is also still kind of a lot of money.
You want me to lean more to the right?
Yeah, just a little bit, because then when we lean it on the kickstand,
Take the back one off, do the same, and then we want to crank it.
Do you guys remember Harley-Davidson Cafe in Vegas?
Yeah,
Yeah, you were there where they auctioned everything off.
Oh, really?
This is out of the auction.
No way.
$366.
Did you auction for it?
No, I just went. I actually online it, so I just bought a whole bunch of stuff off it.
Okay, right on.
Cool. Look at this flag. My stepson was an intermittent duty corpsman with SEAL Team 2.
Not SEAL Team 6 Afghanistan.
So that's SEAL Team 2.
The other thing that I noticed is how the passenger pegs are like raised. Typically they'd be like, they would mount somewhere right here. I don't know what's behind there, but they would be lower for sure. Courtney's gonna be stoked.
Oh, dude.
Check that out, Malcolm Forbes. You know about how he got into Harleys? He was 48 years old. All his friends rode.
Yeah.
So they got him into riding. He started at 48, playing up with all his friends' bikes, and they go around the world.
Yeah, it's super
So
cool.
I kept the tag right on it. This is
Yeah.
how it came.
Honestly, I would drain the gas.
Sorry, I'll put that.
What?
I wouldn't start it with that gas.
Yeah. Here, let me do the battery
Yeah,
real
do
quick
battery
while I was
first.
already in the middle of it.
Getting rid of stuff.
There's a year on it, 2016.
whoa, it looks a little bigger.
Oh, positive and negative, wrong side. That's
Did you bring your jump pack?
I did.
So then we put this back in and just jump through it. Well, all right, we tried the battery, didn't work.
So we were trying to drain the tank. To do that, we were trying to pull this hose out, but it's pretty hardened in there.
Yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable trying to pry it out. Obviously, we don't want to ruin the paint. So I think we're just going to try to crank it over without trying to start it. Have the motor spin. And then once we get back to the shop, we'll figure it out. Put it in gear. Let's try to scooch it forward, see if we can spin the motor. I feel the compression building up. I felt the compression. It's
Look at that
definitely.
smile, dude.
It's definitely.
Because in my head, I'm like, dude, I don't care if it doesn't start. I'm gonna make it start when I get home.
So we put the mystery oil in there, and basically we lubed up the rings and the cylinders. So whenever we crank it faster, it's not gonna scratch or damage anything. Obviously, it's been sitting for almost 10 years, so everything's really dry.
For fun, let's try to jump it and turn it on and see if the lights work
Yeah,
and
just get
stuff
the
like
engine
that. I wonder if the speakers work. We've got 4 keys. All right, so the bag one's got to be that. Oh yeah, different than mine. Moment of truth, dude. Ready? Oh, how sick is that?
That is so.
The radio's turning on.
Headlights die.
All right, ready on my blinkers. Ready? Hold on. Blinkers work.
Yeah, we're
Check
blinking,
out the back.
boys.
Ready? Right?
There we go.
Nice. All right.
It's ready to go.
It's
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
go.
Let's see. Play some music, dude.
Let's see if it turns on. Treble, bass, right? So power.
Dude.
Works. You need that anchor. We need to drop that anchor. Water into the rock, which is
Yeah. Not bad, bro. All right, jump pack died out. Radio works. All the lights that we checked work. It did turn over. We're a little worried that the gas is nearly 10 years old in this thing. The battery's 10 years old. I mean, everything's very old. The bags are perfect. The latches work. Dude, I'm so freaking stoked on this thing. Yeah, let's cut a deal on the artwork.
Hey, that's a killer piece, and that's a killer piece. Why don't you do them both for 500 and we're called a day?
I'll do those for 500 bucks.
Right, man.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to get the Thrashin and see how the
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker of that. We'll get 500 bucks.
Right.
But I came here not expecting to buy anything else. So
You never know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 320. Do you guys have money?
100.
All right.
And then the 10.
10.
Oh, these are all ones, dude.
Let's see what we got. I might have to run to the bank for them, dude. 80, 100, 430 bucks is what I got. Is he gonna make me drive to the bank? Let's see.
No, you'll send it to me.
There we go. All
I
right.
trust you.
All right,
You
all right.
trusted me.
Yeah.
That was a leap of faith, trust me.
Yeah. Sight unseen. I didn't know him. I wired him money within 24 hours of a text. But the one really cool thing about texting you about this bike, you sent me the photos, hopped on the phone with me, and then you were like, you don't need to send me money. Tell me if you want it, I'll hold it for you. I said, hey, I want the bike. He responded back like, all right, I'm holding you the bike. And he didn't even question me the next day. I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to wire it. He sent me all his wire information. I wired the money to him. And he's like, cool, I'll hold the bike as long as you want. And originally, yeah, I got so much going on right now. It's the new year. Like, I'm gonna wait like a month till I get this bike. The wire went through and I was like, I need this bike. I need this bike. All this is for the shop. So any of you guys that swing by the shop or during the grand opening, this will be in the shop. Super stoked on this.
Thunder Roadhouse, Sunset Boulevard.
There you go. We gotta
Oh,
fix it. We
sick.
gotta dial it in.
Motorcycles, I'm always tripping out on how motorcycles, where it's made my life go. And like I was just telling you, I've traveled the world riding motorcycles. I have friends in other countries that don't speak English that ride. Him and I met when we were 5 years old riding motocross together. Juan and I met over a decade ago riding motorcycles together. Here we are in your garage in Arizona. You welcome us. So
What else is there, man? It's all about having fun and passing it on.
What a score.
31 years ago, that I wanted to go.
Oh, there
I
it is.
I was the Sturgis in '93. I wanted to see Neil Young, and I ran to him on the back roads there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's super
Look, I had black hair. This is the old me.
That's
That's the
So
young you.
that's you on that bike.
Yeah, that's me on that bike.
Thank you so much. Give me a
Oh,
hug.
you're welcome.
Thank you for your stories.
You're darling.
I appreciate
Both my
that.
bikes went to great
You know,
places.
I'm like thinking I want to ride that ride here on both motorcycles one day and hang out more.
Well, when you do the El Diablo run there and they go over to Ensenada and up, we have a house right
We
there.
have a
So you can
beautiful-
stop and
you're
stay with
welcome
us
to
right on
stay.
the ocean. I'll see a bike. Ride those roads better than I did. You're going to a good home, man.
Yep. We'll be in touch.
You bet, man.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip home.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, boys. That happened to be one of the best experiences we could have had. Photos on the walls of them at Sturgis in late 80s, early 90s. All the history he has of riding. Being such a successful guy, but being so passionate about riding.
How cool is it that he rode to San Francisco on his panhead to go to school, and
Yeah.
he still is like collecting Harleys?
He
and
still
got-
has that same bike.
Yeah.
And even like his pictures of doing the rides that we do.
Yeah.
Play, like spearfish and stuff like that. Like, dude, we were there last year,
Yeah.
years ago. Like,
And then for him to be like, you guys go to Mexico? I have a house in Mexico. You guys should go stay there. And just like super welcoming, warmed my heart to be able to get it from them. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm completely stoked and beyond proud of this bike that we just grabbed for our collection. I can't wait to get it back fire it up, clean it off, brakes going.
Hang up the new art in the showroom.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that collection was insane. Like
Yeah.
so many panheads, shovelheads, flatheads, like that bike that you picked up. I mean, insane.
So there you have it, guys. The motorcycle community rocks. Thank you guys for checking out, hanging out with us today. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully we'll get that thing running.
Yeah. See you later.
Later.